Bam! Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another edition of the Brothers of Legacy. I am your host, A.D. Walker, the Pusha, the Grower, the Motivator. I appreciate you guys for being here. Starting a little late this morning, because of life, things happen. But I appreciate you guys for being here. Make sure you share, let the world know that the brothers are on. And today we're talking about focus, we're talking about vision, and just staying focused. Of course, we got our resident Matt Genius, the super therapist. That's the name, super therapist, in the building. So I appreciate him for being here and supporting and always coming through on these. I'm gonna just aptly name called Mental Health Wednesday, unless he comes up with a doper name. I'm sure he has one. Mental Health Wednesday. Just keep it playing. And we look forward to seeing you guys come through. Hey, Mama Corey, thank you. Lisa in the building, great morning to you. So I got to keep in mind that I'm starting at 9:30. So when 10 o'clock hits, ignore that because we're going to like 10:30. All right. So let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and kick it off, get started. So this is your opportunity to share. This is your opportunity to share and let everybody know that we are in the building. And let me get my elevator music going, as Matt called it. Just get you in the zone. Oh, let's go. Damn. Good morning.
You're watching the Brothers of Legacy. We don't stand out. We stand up.
Sorry, that's for my podcast intro right there. So, what up, y'all? Good morning. Good morning. What's up?
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Dr. Genius.
Yes, good morning. How's everybody?
Doing great. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday to you as well.
All right.
Morning,
Good
Jeff. Deborah, Lisa, Mom. Good to see everybody.
In the building. All right. So I pray all is well with everybody watching. Again, we're a tad bit late, so don't worry. If you just came in the building, you're not late. You're right on time. So today we're talking about the power of focus. We're talking about vision, how to stay focused in a distracted world. So sorry, I paused there because Kaneem just came in the building. Sorry, Kaneem, aka Slim Thug. Slim Thug.
He changed it. He changed it again.
Oh yeah, every day. That's I look forward to it too.
That's funny.
Gentlemen, what is the word?
I love it.
Good morning. Good morning.
How y'all doing this
Slim
morning,
Thug.
man?
Slim Thug. Is that from Bone Thugs? Am I correct? Ba, ba, ba.
No, that's from Houston, Texas.
Slim Thug.
Yeah,
I
man.
pour-
Slim
I-
Thug.
Just to
Yeah.
give you a phrase, I pour codeine on my queen as I begin to lean.
That's a nice bar. Okay. Okay. I got it. Yeah. Jeff, I don't know who he is either. Don't worry.
Hey,
I
you
gotta
ain't
get
supposed to know them all. I tell you, this is hip hop history.
Yeah, I got you. This probably like 90s hip hop. Is this 90s hip hop?
It's 2000s.
I told y'all, I checked out anything past In the Club by 50 Cent, right?
I think Slim Thug was one of his contemporaries, man.
I pretty much checked out. Like I was going. I retired.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm gonna go back to the 80s, but I'm gonna bring you through the 90s.
Okay,
I'm gonna go
all
through
right.
the 2000s. I'm gonna go through 2010. I'm gonna put you in 2020.
I
I'm
feel
gonna
you.
take you all the way there.
All right, so we're gonna stay focused. All right, so Jeff said that's nice. That's a nice bar. I know bars. You got to know the term, Jeff. When they drop a line, you're like, oh, bars. They couldn't even educating us, right? Drops some knowledge on us. All right. So we're talking about the power of focus, having vision, staying focused, even when things happen, and not being distracted. So let me ask you guys this: like, what do you have a consistent morning routine? At least in the 90 to 95 percentile morning routine. Because we keep it 100. No one. I sat and thought about it. I was like, probably about the only thing I know that's my highest consistency is drinking a cup of coffee. Like
Say that again?
in the morning. Drinking coffee is probably about at a 98%. Like it's rare, and if I miss it, more likely it's rarely like I miss a window or don't fix it, or don't make it, or if it's fasting, like it's purposeful. But outside of that, just like, oh, my routine's all jacked up. Coffee is probably the one thing I don't miss, So
Right.
As far as you guys go, what's your morning routine look like? Like, is it pretty consistent? I mean, you don't have to share it all, but just, is it pretty consistent? Like, is it something you stick to, or something that just kind of comes to you? Wake up, I gotta do this.
You say 95% of the time?
Let's say, I'm gonna give you 90%. I'm gonna give you, because sometimes you have an idea, like you may not hit it on Monday because of whatever's going on, but at least Tuesday through maybe Saturday, or even Friday, because Saturday's a weekend. If you got kids, it changes. So Tuesday through at least Friday, I'm consistent at this thing.
Monday through Sunday.
Monday through Sunday. Okay, what's yours?
7 days a week.
Okay, let's go.
I am making my bed as soon as I roll over and get out of the bed.
That's good.
Okay.
I don't do anything before. I cannot walk away from the bed without making it. If my wife is still in the bed when I get up, I make up my side of the bed.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
I do.
Military, right? Some of that military. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
That's excellent, man.
I can't move I can't go anywhere. I can't go beyond the bed without making it up. It has to be made.
I mean,
I will dance having to pee to finish making my bed before I go to the bathroom.
I got you.
And it's probably TMI, but
Right. So
No. I think that's powerful, man. To be able to.
I am the
control that
total
environment.
opposite.
Okay.
But it ain't my turn. Go ahead.
Nah,
No, go ahead.
It's whoever jumps in first. It's double dutch.
90 to 90. Well, there's three things I know I do. As soon as I get up, I usually go take a dump. After I take a dump, I brush my teeth. I wash my face. And then it's a toss-up.
Okay. Then the rest is like, let's go. Whatever it is. whatever I got to take care of, I'm taking.
I look at my calendar.
Right.
That's what I do.
Right.
Look at my calendar and see what my next move gonna be.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, for me, I'm starting to build a routine more succinctly. You know, I was trying to create that routine up until the 90%. You know, I think I'm probably about like 75 right now.
Right. Like,
but I was always a C student. So I mean, you know, I'm gonna do it to my capacity. You know,
that's real.
But
I struggle in school.
You know, don't mean I'm not learning now.
Right.
I think part of the routine that I really try to emphasize is gratitude.
Okay.
You know, like if my eyes are starting to, like, you know, you start to feel like you're waking up even before my eyes open, I try to get my mind into a space of what am I grateful for before the perceived reality, meaning the things that are around me, start to dictate how I feel about myself, my day, and so I want to create a perception before I receive anything from the outside world. I try to get my mind primed to be grateful, so that when I do open my eyes, when I do start my day, it's primarily to focus on the things that I'm grateful for.
Right.
And then from there, I definitely try to get in a meditation, you know, of some sorts, you know, whatever that looks like for me. Sometimes it'll be listening to something. Sometimes it'll be listening to music. Sometimes it'll be just
purposeful.
You know, just trying to get my mind outside of reality. Right. And so, gratitude primarily, you know, and if I'm outside home, like if I'm on a trip somewhere, I love grounding in the morning, meaning going outside, getting my foot on the earth, you know, feeling that vibration from the earth and really centering me to really start my day focused.
Nice. But that's that, and you said that's about the 70 to 80, 70.
Yeah, that's about 70 to 70. You know, I'm building right now, you know. Yeah, but even with that, man, it's been paying off, you know, like don't think that C ain't gonna carry you down.
But yeah, I agree about the, you know, starting the morning off. I know I was getting to my saying, you know, because we have a routine of prayer. Like I said, it's up in the 90s. You know, there are days that, like today, we kind of it's thrown off. I was up too early, messing around doing other stuff. But like, you know, the prayer, and like I read I got the Bible app. Anybody got the I almost want to say like the traditional Bible app, the one that's probably been around the longest, and it counts your days every time you open the app. You know, because I say open the app doesn't mean you read anything, because you got to open it. You just got to open the app, and because there's times I'm keep it real. Like I try to keep my thing going. If I miss a day, like it's 11 o'clock at night, oh man, I got to open this app. You know, like, I just gotta get some credit. I gotta get credit. You know, because it hurt my heart. Like I think I've gone almost like 100 days and I missed a day. And then it hurts your heart because it shows you like, oh, it was 100. Oh no, now it's back to one day. You had 100. You had 100, you know. So it's kind of like a push. It's kind of like it motivates me. Okay, mate, you know, do it in the morning, you know, get a word and get the scripture in. And I'm with you on that. Like take a moment. I'm the gratitude, like I'm gonna roll out the bed, because I try not to get on the phone, because it's always those notifications of needs, like a bill or something that pops up that just throws your whole day off. Now you're like, God dog it. You know, so I try to roll out and not go on any social media apps, at least till later, you know, like not off the back, you know, and you know, I try and have those gratitude moments, like thanking God for this, or thanking God, like waking me up this morning, you know, because I know about you guys, like I'm, you know, we getting older, so friends around you are passing, you know, it's like, dang, you know, I just saw them, or they were just on social media, like I may not even directly, they're just doing a TikTok or something, like, and now they're gone, you know, so it's more and more as I get older, you know, and I'm sure, like I said, you guys are in that space thinking about it as well, but it's just trying to make sure my days, you know, like you start off your day good, you know, like I said, I try to keep it at a good routine at least 90% of the time, so that my head is in the right space. I don't know about you, like you ever have a day that it starts off wrong and it seems like everything's out of order now, like, oh, like everything's nothing's going right today. You know, like it just your little routines. It just, you know, even sometimes if I miss the coffee or something, it's just like, oh, this day is. And I'm not like that person that I need my coffee. You know, like I'm not like that. Like I never trip out. I'm just like if I'm tired, like
sounds like it.
It sounds like that. Because I'm Zeno. Like I'm not like that.
Yeah, it does.
I'm tired. I may be
like
tired.
that.
Like, ooh, why am I so tired? Right. Let's see. Jeff says, whenever I start to get in a funk, I constantly think of things I'm grateful for. Right. And 100% of the time, I snap back. Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's big. So we're talking about the power of focus.
I don't know. I think I might spend 20, 30 seconds in that funk. And they'll be like, whoa, wait, hold on.
Right. I mean, like today was kind of that because I thought we had we're going on later because I have some situation with the bus and my daughter and stuff like that, and I want to just leave her out there. And I thought we missed the bus, so I'm like, so trying to figure out, you know, alternate way and things like that, and it's like now it's throwing me off, you know. But it's like once you realize you're in a space that you just can't control, it's just like, okay, how can we solve this? You know, how can I not be upset? How can I just let this thing go, fix it, and move on with my day? You ever been in that space where, you know, something happens kind of out of your control, a little bit into your control? Because like I thought we missed it because we didn't get out there soon enough. And it wouldn't have been her fault. It'd been mine. You know, like you're mad at yourself. You're just like, like, and you're trying to like, and it's like one side is like, dude, just let it go. There's nothing you can do about what's already happened. It's like, let the anger go and let's just solve it. Let's just figure out how we can make this better. You know, like, and have you got, and I feel like moments like that, and we talk about focus, it can throw you off. And you can miss opportunities, you know. Like I had a moment like, you know what? I'm just gonna cancel the show today. I'm done. I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you never know, and I think like, man, Matt's gonna be on. Pastor may be there, Kaneem, or you know, like you don't know who may need this message. You're not going on, you know. Like so, I go through all of this. Like, yeah, I gotta go on. I know I'm going on. I'm just mad right now. I'm just mad, you know. But you never know what you're missing when you stay in an upset space, you know, when you're thrown off, like we talk about, you to throw your day off. You don't know what opportunities that you may be missing. So where am I going with this? You know, have you guys been in that space? And, you know, what happens when you feel like you might miss an opportunity because you're upset, because you don't go, you know, because you're not in the place that you know will get you, that might open up an opportunity. And that's like anywhere, you know. We, you know, even going to like a dance or a school, something, you know, like you let your annoyance or you let a rough time shift your focus, a distraction, you know, get you off tilt instead of recovering, you know. So have you guys ever been there? Yes? No? Am I alone? I'm all alone in that.
Now you had about 5 minutes of emotions that I'm still trying to process. So I'm trying to get to exactly what you're trying to ask.
Yeah.
What he's saying is, I'm having a bad day today.
Oh, okay.
Right. Have you been there? I'm here though. I'm here.
I think we all have, man. I think we all have. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I thought a tear was going to drop while you were talking. He's reading me all over social media.
Listen, man, they would probably make a meme out of him, but
right.
I mean,
Yeah, look at AD.
But AD, that's important, man. That's important for you to get that out, man. That's important for a lot of us to get it out. I think we lose, you know, our focus easier than we can create focus, you know.
Right.
And so I have small kids, man, and they are great professors in teaching focus, you know. And how to lose focus as well. You know, you hear kids have short attention span, which I dare to even challenge. You know, when you have the right thing in front of a child, they will stay focused forever. You know, for example, if you tell your child today, hey, next week we're going to go to Disney World, they will remind you every day. That's the power
Disney
of
World
focus.
next week, right?
Yeah.
How many days to Disney World?
Right.
We still going to Disney World?
Right. Get in the car. Are we there yet?
Are we?
Are we there yet? We pull up. Can we? And so they know how to focus because they have something that I think when we become adults, I don't know when it's subtracted, but we lose it. We lose the capacity to imagine that good things are coming our way. And so we can't stay focused on the good things. Instead, we let the reality of what's external dictate how we feel, and therefore lose focus based on one thing. I heard somebody say that they gave an example in a class to where they were doing basic math problems, basic math problems like multiplication, and they missed one. And then at the end of that, basic math problem example, the audience was like, yeah, but you missed this one. Right. So like Pastor was saying, he did 95% of the times, 90% of the times is what he does. But instead, we want to focus on that 5%, what you didn't get correct. You want to focus on my 25%, I didn't get, bro, I got 75. Man, what's up?
Right. I put all
that's a miracle.
All this in
give some credit. So what I'm saying is that we have to learn how to regain that level of focus based on anticipating the good that's coming to us. I'm not a shooter, man. I wish I would had the opportunity to go to gun ranges, and learn how to really use ammunition like I'd like to. That's something that I'd like to get into. But I have a friend who is a sharpshooter, and they tell me the level of focus you have to have is like you're preparing for the shot days before you take the shot. The level of composure you have to have mentally, physically, your breath work just to take a shot, And so I don't know if you can help me out with this, Pastor. I know you're in the military. I don't know how much of this stuff you actually participated in, but I know for sure that it takes more than just, I got to do this later and then leave that thought and then go about your day. It's something that you have to perpetuate, something that you have to practice repetitively as far as knowing that good is coming your way. You have to have that target in sight from like weeks in advance. So my days aren't scheduled by the day. My days are scheduled by the emotions I want to feel weeks, months in advance, to then allow myself to join in that focus on the path where I would like to get to. And it's powerful because you see the results when you start to feel the alignment of what you dictated weeks, months ago, when you're living in that. And it's easier to reset because things will come and disrupt you, but you have the opportunity to then bring it back based on that trained brain to get back to focus.
You talk about distractions, AD, and thank you for that, Matt. My wife, I learned something from my wife, and I know it's very, very popular. It's a popular term. Some of you may be familiar with it. Some of you may not. I hadn't heard it put like that before. But when things happen that kind of throw you off, you step into a situation or you're living a situation and you realize the tension is hot. It's, like a thermometer, right? You step into a room and it's hot. You go look at the thermometer. The thermometer tells you how hot the room is. You can clearly feel it. You know that the room is that hot. I'm sorry, a thermostat. She said the thermostat. Am I getting that right? The thermostat can tell you what the temperature is.
Yeah, thermometer tells you.
But what changes the temperature?
Yeah, thermostat.
Yeah, you set the thermostat. It tells you what it is, and you set it.
Yeah. So the thermometer tells you what it is. The thermostat sets.
Right. The thermometer tells you what it is. The thermostat you can adjust.
Right.
So she says,
mine is digital.
When situations happen, you can see it happening, you can feel it happening, and the thermometer tells you that.
Right.
But she says your mind has to become a thermostat
to set,
to change the temperature. Right. And you have to remember that you have that power to change it. You have the power to change your mindset.
Right.
And that's really what it is. But the thing is, the younger you are, the less patient you are. And the more you are likely to adapt to your surroundings as opposed to shifting the atmosphere. Right. In a lot of cases, something goes wrong, we get angry. That's the natural reaction. And then we act out our anger or our frustration. And it seems that the older you get and the more children you have, and the longer you raise them,
all of that,
right?
all of that.
You begin to learn how to not react to things. I used to tell this, and it's kind of funny. I used to say my response is going to be different than my reaction.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I found out that there's a difference between a reaction and a response.
Yeah, definitely.
Something can impact you, but how you deal with it is critical.
Right.
You know, you see something crazy, go, oh, right. That's the reaction.
Right. But then
now
how
what?
do I respond? Right. How do I respond?
Yeah. And that's where I started making adjustments and stuff like that in my mindset. But the other thing was, you know, I started realizing how critical affirmations are.
Responses controlled. Yeah.
You know, so you wake up in the morning with daily affirmations before you start talking to anybody.
Yeah.
You have to talk to yourself.
Right.
And remind yourself of what you're trying to get accomplished and who you're supposed to be that day. Not even so much of what you're trying to get accomplished, but who you're supposed to be that day. So those affirmations, like for me, it's making the bed and then directly to the bathroom for me, because I am regular.
Right.
So my study time
thanks, buddy,
goes along with my regularity. So I know I can get my devotion because my body is so regular. I can't miss it.
I got you. Interesting.
And that gets my mindset ready to start dealing with people and start dealing with situations.
Right.
So that when something happens, you end up with a savings account filled with patience and understanding and preparation, as opposed to starting your day
text message, man,
empty.
Got you. So with that though, and we talk about kind of throwing off your day. So Pastor, like, you know, let's say the girls are home. Oh my gosh, Cooper got out and running down the street. you know, so you jump up, like, but this is like right at your wake up. So you're not really getting up too early, but you're probably like 3 minutes earlier than normal. So you jump up and now we got to go after Cooper, you know?
No, that's not what I'm doing. I'm asking, how did he get out?
But I'm just saying though, like,
but I'm saying in order for
why
me
you
to
making
not
the bed,
leave
or
it-
you asking like, okay, so how did he get out?
No, I'm saying, well, how did he get out? What did you do? I'm talking through it. Right. Because it has to make sense for me.
Right.
So that I don't get frustrated.
It's good.
Right.
It's good.
Make it make sense.
Right.
And if it's just something really silly, then I know not to spend any time on it. You just did something really silly.
Right.
Is it something that could happen again? How do we prevent it from happening again? Right.
Have you made your bed?
But listen,
have you made your bed?
This is because I've learned that my response has to be different than my reaction, because my reaction is, oh Lord.
Right.
How did he get out?
Yeah.
What did you do? Where is he?
Right.
Do I have to put clothes on? I have to talk my way through that thing, man, so that I don't snap.
I got you.
Okay. But again, I'm in my 50s. I've learned 25 years ago, that was not my reaction.
You've been out the bed.
25 years ago, I'd have been like, you an idiot. You what?
Why are you running down the steps?
And boxers running down the street, and they're going to get mad at you because I didn't take time to put some clothes on. It's your fault.
Right. Nice. Yeah. He said, is it still dark? It may be. It may be. Okay.
I'm like, they can have that dog.
That's good. That's how we feeling sometimes. This happens. Like, just go and let them keep that dog. So you guys, like, are you like that when it comes to things that throw your routine off? You know, wake you up in the middle of the night, or even before you wake up. Like, that's good, Pastor. Is your reaction and response different, or do you take a moment? Because I'm gonna keep it real. Like, it's taken me a while to get there, Pastor. Like, but I've when things happen, I go through just like you, all these questions, a process. I try not to just go to DEFCON 1. It's like go off
listen,
it.
True story.
Yeah.
On my deck outside, I have a closed deck.
Yeah.
So on Saturday, I'm at a wedding.
Okay.
My mom is here. Two of her sisters, two of my aunts are here. And what you just described happened.
Okay.
We weren't here. My daughters are in school. They're at their apartments. My wife and I had to officiate a wedding. I get a call at the wedding from my mom saying Cooper got out.
Oh wow.
And Cooper, he's a smart dog.
Yeah.
And he knows I'm not home. There's no authority.
Right.
No recognized authority at home. So you got these three old ladies.
Right.
And Cooper's like, gotcha. He's out. And he's running. And they're trying to get him. And he's like, nope, not coming. Not
Cooper's
today.
A horse.
Yeah. And so my mom calls me and I'm at a wedding. I'm like, and the wedding is like an hour and a half away.
Right.
And I'm saying, what would you like for me to do?
Right.
So, well, Cooper got out. I'm like, well, how did he get out? She said, well, Pat, my Aunt Pat, put the leash on him, but she didn't put it all the way on. And I'm like, how do you not put the leash all the way on? It's a hook. You pull the thing down, you clip it on the little
Once you see
ring,
it, you're good.
and that's it. Like, how does it not know? You opened the door and didn't have the leash on Cooper.
Right. The Cooper,
Right?
Chill out. You can't
Right.
go out till you put this leash on me.
You don't want to say I was silly enough to think that I could call this dog in, and then so then I get home and the door to my deck, the outside door, which is spring loaded.
Okay.
The whole spring, it's ripped off the
Cooper made a break for it.
door is broken.
Wow.
And I'm like, well, how did that happen? Like, you didn't tell me that happened on the phone.
Right. That doesn't matter.
But anyway, so I'm at the wedding and I'm saying to my mom, I'm like, well, you're gonna have to get a treat. You're gonna have to do something to coax him or give him time because he's not gonna go far. Right. If you try to chase him, it's a game for him.
Right.
And obviously they tried to chase him. My Aunt Sam tried to chase him and she fell down and sprained her wrist. So all this is happening while she's like, oh God, Sam just fell.
Wow.
Well, I think she hurt herself.
Man.
I'm on the phone. I'm like, really? Like I'm getting ready to pray in 10 minutes.
Right.
That's happening. Yeah. And I can hear them hollering at each other because they're sisters. They're going off. Girl, open the door. Stop. Wait, no, Shirley, get off the phone. All this is going on. And I'm like, Lord. Now, my mom is on here. She just got back to Arizona yesterday. Nice. So she can tell you if I'm telling the truth or not. And so all that happened. It was like pandemonium at the house, but I'm far away. Right. And I can do no. I said, Mom, I'm at the wedding. Just give him time. But I did ask, how? Right. How do you miss the hook on the leash, on his collar?
No focus.
Yeah.
No focus.
No focus. Right. And then getting him in requires focus.
Right.
100%. So I'm like, just get a treat. Yeah. Hold the treat. Right. And he's gonna watch the treat. And to your point, I'm not gonna tell you that I said he's gonna focus on the treat. That's not what I said. I'm like, hold the treat. Yeah. He's gonna want the treat. He's trying to figure out how to get it without getting caught.
Right.
So you have to hold the treat in front of him. Right. Let him look at the treat, and someone else come up behind him. Right. But don't let him see you walking behind him. Right. Because he knows all that too. Yes. He knows. He knows. I got to be careful. So I did all that, and finally they were able to get him in. And then that's when I got home and realized my door was broken. Because my auntie was holding it open too far. She was so focused on Cooper, she didn't realize she was stretching the door, and she pulled the thing right off the hinge. A little lightweight screen door, but she wasn't. She was so focused on Cooper, she forgot she was breaking the door. Wow. So I have to fix my door now.
Good times. Wow. So that, it's those moments though. Like, how do you not let it throw you off from an opportunity?
Don't take it too seriously.
Yeah, Pastor defined it already. He said you have to have stuff in your reserves. If you're not building for those time period, you're gonna get caught. What's the expression? With your pants down, running down the street in your boxes, And so like
Such your Aunt Pat thought she was the dog whisperer.
so I think AD, I think what you're really alluding to as far as the power of the focus is creating foresight.
Yeah.
Like how do we predetermine what experiences, what emotions, what thoughts, what settings we want to occupy.
Right.
And that requires focus. And so for me, the plan to even start to create foresight is to make sure that as I'm creating it, it's not a time of distress, so I'm not creating it out of angst, out of anger, out of fear. I'm creating it from a good space. I'm creating it from a space of joy, from a space of abundance, clarity, prosperity. Then I can now, in that goodness, start to point my finger, start to, laser focus which direction I want to go to, and the power of that focus will allow me to then be in the same mind frame, emotional frame, spiritual frame, to then walk into that focus easier, because I feel lighter, right? I feel more motivated. I have way more clarity,
right?
I have more opportunity mentally. My capacity is greater because I am not weighed down by the weight of, all those things that I described earlier.
Right.
And so my perception of time is greater. Now I can look into the future even further, because my mind is clear in the present,
Right. Yeah. Right.
Outside of that, now you're going to have to try, if you're trying to focus in a space where focus isn't necessarily conducive, then you're going against the grain. You're already down bad.
Right.
Why try, now you got to reset and try. So you have to create a preparation, for when the time comes, because it will come. You ever drove in really bad traffic? I'm from South Florida, so driving isn't the best thing down there. So
right.
When you're in traffic and somebody cut you off and they have road rage, you have road rage. You got to prepare for that before you get on the street.
Yeah.
You got to prepare for those encounters. If I'm going to Walmart, I got to be prepared. Like
anything can happen.
Anything can happen, bro. So those are the things to where I practice in my higher state. So that if a morning comes where it's really deregulating, I'm like, I know exactly what to do. I have the code, the programming, like Pastor said earlier, based on you doing these things regularly, can set you up to have the ammunition you need to just go, okay, I feel it. I know what to do though. I got it. I got my plan. Let's execute this plan. And then before you know it, you're back to that center focus again on exactly where you want to go, what you want to feel, what you want to think, the experiences you want to have. All there in front of you.
So would you say it's more like a battle of patience? Would it be like just really, because I believe the way it seems, right? And correct me if I'm wrong. Is it right? Be prepared to go to Walmart, right? I'm only buying X, Y, and Z, right? But having a level of patience to slow down the moment and to take a breath. And when you say it kind of it brings down the response. Like you said, Pastor, 25 years ago, certain situations happen. You probably like, I gotta go. Dog's loose. I'm out. Someone else pray. Someone else can officiate. I'm gone. Or you'd have been praying fast, doing a thing fast. Well, you say do. Okay, let's go. Lady, get the car. We gotta go.
Right.
So,
today I've learned that he got out, but he won't go far.
Right.
So I don't have to rush. I don't have to panic because he's scary anyway.
Right.
He'll run from you in the yard.
Right.
But you learn that,
Definitely.
Younger days, your worst fears get played out before you even analyze what's really going on.
Right. That's the foresight, that's the foresight right there.
Exactly. That's
and
exactly
the patience you're talking about, AD, isn't in the moment. You're not like,
you gotta already have it.
Give me the patience. You can't.
No, I know. You already gotta have the patience.
Yes.
These are muscles that you have to been exercising for a while.
That's what I want to come to, like the patience part, because it takes a level of like, man, that was dumb. Okay, what's next? How can we got to get through this? Quell the anger, quell the annoyance, quell the aggravatedness, to respond where it's healthy, to respond where we get a better solution. Like it may not be the best, but it's better than what I'm really thinking. Like what I really want to do in this very moment. So it's a level of patience, because that's what I'm trying to get to. What's the exercise part? You're saying, like you said, Matt, before I get in traffic, before I get to Walmart, before my kids wake up, like what do I need to prepare myself for shenanigans? What do I need?
That's what the meditation and prayer is about.
Right.
Meditation and prayer is about putting your mind, your spirit, your emotions in a space where you feel that you're going to be at your best. So you align. It's an alignment. Right. And that practice has to be something that's consistent, because without that consistency, now your routine is easily broken, so that when you are put in the hot seat, it's just like, what do I do now? I'm caught again in the scenario where I lost my focus. I lost control of my emotions. It's because the routine haven't been cemented yet. You haven't done the exercises like prayer, like meditation, like, whatever else you need to make sure that you're telling yourself, these things right here get programmed like every other week. There's a new update. Right. So how do we update our mental software, our emotional software, our spiritual software, through the practices of making sure what you take in is for that result that you desire, through the practice of what you see, what you're reading, what you're even putting in your body, what you're listening to, what you're experiencing. It's all about the controlled effort to then create, a desired outcome. That's what focus is really about. So if I know for sure, like I did have an anger issue growing up, and I did go to therapy for it, worked it out. What I've learned about anger is not a bad thing. But if you're not in a space where you can control it, and you're trying to now rationalize in the anger, good luck,
Right.
Because it already had its hold on you. And when you're in that state, you're not in the driver's seat anymore.
Gotcha.
So my job is to always make sure that I have the wheel in the right mind frame. I don't want the wheel if I'm not in the right mind frame. If I'm not in the right mind frame, I'm not driving. Basically, I won't put myself in a scenario where my focus can be taken away from me. Right. So the exercise happens so much to where you can start to see that, that's not for me. I'm not right. Nope. I'm not gonna, I won't engage. Let me go ahead and go, because you've been practicing enough, and you desire that power that you said of focus. You desire to get that focus. You desire to dwell in that space because you understand the riches of being in that space, that you don't want to compromise. Gotcha. You don't want to let go of that, that great space that you're in for the sake of somebody else's whatever, Indeed. And so it's your exercise. How do you want to feel? You describe that, it, and then you kind of curate the atmosphere mentally, emotionally, physically outside of you to match what it is you want to experience. Indeed. So that when something comes to alter it, it can happen, but it's fleeting. Right. It's a moment. Right.
Definitely.
Don't make a moment. Don't make a moment more than what it is. We live in it, and right. And then it starts to. That's what a domino effect.
It becomes a day, becomes a week, becomes a month. Right. Yeah. Indeed. Oh, so Kaneem, how are you with situations and reactions and responses? I know for me, I'll just say my children have been my best exercise in high levels of patience. Like I've always been kind of cool as a cucumber, but whoo, these children of mine, wonderful children. They have challenged me in my level of patience. Like I thought I had it. I'm good. Children ain't gonna get me up there, but I was wrong. So for you, Kaneem, how was it with you? Reaction, responses? Are you were you the same now and forever? Or did you mature into certain levels, or how are you kind of like, when situations happen? Especially, I always say waking out as asleep, because that's like the one thing that really takes a level of mental processing that needs to happen quicker than somebody just calling you. You know what I'm saying? Like in the middle of the day, somebody call you with something, you kind of look, take a step back. But when you're waking out of your sleep, your first reaction becomes your first response sometimes. Like it take a minute. Like my wife always tells me, I jump up like a war is going on. Someone wake up, what's going on? what's up? Like I'm ready to run. Like elbow, like what's going on? So how did you deal with the reaction and responses? Are they equal? Or you pretty much got, you take a step back?
Oh man, I've calmed down a lot. You know what I'm saying? Since I've been married.
Okay, married.
So
okay.
My wife has calmed my spirit, and because I used to be fly off the handle a little bit. I mean, I was measured in my, my reactions, but I would definitely go straight to 100. So yeah, I mean, so she kind of, calm my angst.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because like it was just certain things. One pet peeve I have is when people lie to me. When I catch them a lie.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So lying and catching them.
Yeah. I mean, because I don't know you lied to me until I catch you.
Right.
I don't know it's a lie until I got you. But my whole thing, I used to throw it back in your face as soon as I say it. And then my wife was like, you don't have to be so offensive when you think you've been wronged because of words. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
Because I used to be like, just going hard at it, like, this is what you said. And then, I have my little cuss words that come out behind it. You know what I'm saying? So now it's a little bit different. Now I'm a little measured in what I say and how I say it. And then, I think about what she would kind of explain to me, like, you're giving them a little bit more power than what they deserve. You know what I'm saying? So, but that was my routine. That's from a teenager till 30, whatever. That was how it was going down. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I give you one example about the wife.
Okay.
She about the losing focus.
Yeah.
She was having a moment, and this was in the wintertime.
Okay.
And she decided that she didn't had enough. And she said, she didn't say, she did. She went and turned the attic fan on in the house. And it's 20 something degrees outside.
Yes.
And the heat on. So now, not only is the attic fan rumbling, tumbling, making all this noise,
right.
Now all the heat that's in the house has got sucked out.
Wow.
So now it's freezing cold.
And she fine.
I wake up like it's one of them reactions.
Right.
Have you lost your mind?
No. Right.
You know what I'm saying? She's just trying to defend her case of why she turned this attic fan on in the middle of winter. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm like, hey, no, you can't defend that.
Right.
You got the heater on and the attic fan at the same time.
Right.
You can't defend that. You know what I'm saying? Now you done blew the pilot out because it done sucked all the air out. You know what I'm saying? Now I got to get out of bed and go down there and light the pilot again. Like, all because you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, now, sweetness. Come on, man. You didn't got on my last nerve today. You know what I'm saying?
We just started. They just started.
It's like 3 in the morning, 2-3 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? It's the coldest part of the day.
Wow.
So I'm like, man, well, yeah, that's when I lost hope because I could have handled that a whole lot differently.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of me barking, you know what I'm saying? I could have just been like, flipped it back on her like, what if I did that?
Right.
What if I turned the attic fan on or did this in the middle of the night while you sleep?
Right.
Just because you feel like it.
Right. Right.
I love the fact that you said that you could have done it differently.
Right.
Looking back, you know.
Yeah.
You know, and I love that because that says that you have the capacity to see in your past and make the corrective based on you having a clearer mindset. Listen, man, once we gain back our focus, it's like, man, what was I thinking, man? What was I, you know?
Right.
And that's how you get to foresight.
Yeah.
Okay. Come on now.
Right now that I'm able to reflect and see and experience the vestiges of my short, quick decisions.
Yeah.
Now I recognize when I see the signs, I already know what can potentially happen based on and so now that's how you build foresight to what Matt was alluding to earlier, man. That's it. That's the perfect combination of thought to get you to a more effective response when trouble rises.
That's it.
Yeah, now it's a running joke with her now. You know what I'm saying? Anytime she or I think she about to do something ridiculous. Yeah, I bring up that attic fan. Well, you gonna do me like the attic fan? Huh? You gonna do what you want to do?
You know what happened?
She just busts out laughing because she know now.
Yeah,
that was a little extreme. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. So I think we both learned from that moment.
That's good.
I heard the example from AD about the kids, and I'm hearing from Kadeem about his wife, you know, with Pastor about his mom and his aunts, you know.
Right.
And man, it's so easy for us to then externalize the catalyst for us losing our focus, you know. Right. But it's always on us, you know. It's always on us. It's not the school bus. It's not our kids. It's not our wives. It's us, man. You know. You know, we are the creators of our reality. You know, you have an opportunity to now dictate what the experiences you want to have based on experiences that you know you don't want to have. You know, and we have a great book of examples, you know, chapters, you know, volumes of things that we don't want to experience from, you know, examples of our past. The job now is what Pastor said, is to now start to attune yourself to what you desire for your future. Right. You know, you don't want to get angry. You know, you don't want to yell. You know, you don't want to use those choice words. Right. What words do you want to use? Right. What tone do you want to use? Right. What type of, you know, experience do you want to have? And then iron them out. Yeah, you know, I want to have this. What is it going to take from you? How do you manipulate the environment? You know, how do you control the setting? How do you create what I like to call home court advantage? You know, how do you set yourself up for greatness every single occasion? Right. You know, so that you are the dictator of what you feel, what you say, what emotions come out of you. You know, how you engage, that's on you. That's on us, you know? Right. So I think removing the they made me do it. This person, you know,
they made me do it.
You know, like
that's one thing. That's one thing I do. I ain't gonna say hate, but I ain't gonna say regret either. But I'm trying to think of the correct word. But not thinking before I act or respond, and having to go back and apologize or reflect about what I could have did differently. I can't stand that, man.
No, Kadeem, don't even be hard on yourself about that. That's growth right there. Yeah. To be able to see where you made an error and go back and create the corrective, that's a level up. Yeah. That's a level up. And I think sometimes we beat ourselves up because we're tripping over the trip, you know, rather than getting ourselves back up and just dusting yourself off and helping the person understand that this is not me most of the time.
Right. You know? Right. That's good.
And so now what you do is that you have a conversation to increase accountability. Right. I apologize. Now, what is going to come from this apology should be a changed behavior. Yes. How do we now create a space where we can talk outside of the anger, outside of the fear, outside of those experiences we don't want to have, to then create a desired outcome and accountability? Oh man, I understand, man. You know, people make mistakes. What can we do differently moving forward?
Right.
How can we relate to you? So that's a good thing, brother. Like you don't, don't shame yourself, beat yourself up for recognizing the mistakes of your past. That's where foresight come in. Because some of us don't even learn the lesson, and that's why we rinse and repeat.
Right.
Groundhog's Day over and over and over and over and over. You're like, and that's when we start to hear the expressions like, man, that's all I know. That's all that happened to me. That's just who I am. And we start to settle in to where focus is not even a part of the equation, then you lose all power.
Right.
That's good.
Yeah, man. I'm trying not to be that butthole that I've been accustomed to.
Yeah, and you don't have to be, man. You don't have
but I mean, listen, man, people don't understand that vulnerability takes power.
Yes.
It takes strength to be able to say those things out loud. And as men, it takes courage.
Right.
Because there's a fear that it will come back and be used against you.
Right.
Those vulnerabilities. But I've learned, man, that when you can admit those things, it makes it easier for others to admit when they've done wrong.
There you go.
Right.
They need to see that type of leadership from their shepherd, from their cover, from their protector.
Yeah.
If it's all hardness and the loudest voice and all of that, I can't live by the fear factor, man.
Right.
It's got to be expectation and respect. I'd rather have the respect. I'd rather have that clean slate of emotion. I don't want people hesitant to make a mistake for fear of my response.
Right.
So I have to focus on myself because, and again, I think it's different. Some would say it's the same for men and for women. I say it's different for men because I'm always looking to men to cover.
Right.
So to me, there's a greater weight. I know that there's a weight on women as well, but I'm always going to be harder on men because I look at men always as the umbrella and everything falls under that. Now that may be a power move for all you feminists, but that's my philosophy on life. And that's backed by the word. And I'm confident in that. So we won't debate it because you're not going to change my mindset. But that's my position when it comes to men. It's going to be heavier. It's going to be difficult. But it requires that strength, that fortitude, that ability to do exactly what you said, Kaneem. Examine yourself. Like James said, I got to examine myself. I got to see where I went wrong so that I can fix it. We've got to acknowledge it first.
Right.
And then fix it. The Bible says, confess your faults. He's faithful and just to forgive you and cleanse you from all unrighteousness. So that's where and I love that, especially for men. I'm trying to preach that to men all day, every day.
Man, listen, you just said a word right there, Pastor, because I think one of my biggest lessons in growth for my kids is them showing me showing them that vulnerability. Listen, we're gonna fall off the edge. Life, things happen, but I think our process of getting back is what they need to see. They see us fall off all the time, but how do you get back? How do you get back there? So they need to have that accountability of, daddy making a mistake, me going to them and saying, you know what, daddy, I made him terrible. I'm sorry. I wasn't all together, and these are the things that, part of the reason why I wasn't taken care of that got me there, and I'm sorry that you had to be the recipient of me not being focused,
Right.
And having to understand that, it's going to happen to all of us, but how do we get back there? They have to be able to see the process of us unwinding, to getting back into the space of health as well. Definitely. So, man, that's a strength. It's not a weakness at all.
Right. Yeah, I've had to apologize to my kids many days for being short-tempered. Just snapping on them.
Right.
But I bet you have witnessed them apologizing as well now because of your example. I ain't saying it's easy.
Yeah. They'll sneak it out. The beginning of the apology is this is all of their statements when they want to apologize. Can we have a private talk?
I love it.
They don't want nobody else to hear the apology.
It's me and you, buddy.
Can we have a private talk? They don't want nobody to hear that apology but me.
I love it.
Listen, I need all y'all to share this with some other brothers. We are sharing a lot of some of our struggles as well as our triumphs over things that that we struggle with, and becoming more patient and being vulnerable. So let everybody know what's going on with the Brothers of Legacy. I appreciate these gentlemen being on here. I don't take that for granted, and you guys definitely should take ear, as you watch men in front of you that are growing, have grown and are growing from the things that we learn, because that's one of our biggest things, the flying off the handle. That's just what we do, but we find it's not the most positive. It don't get us the best results. It's one of those, like you said, in the moment, you may feel justified, but in the end, it's not really going to help. It's not helping. It's not helping.
Compounding the situation.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So we appreciate you guys for being here. I put up, make sure you seed into the Brothers of Legacy as we grow and we move into the schools, and we're endeavoring to do some great things going into 2023. You can go to the link tree. So it gives you two options. You can do Cash App or PayPal. I fixed that. Just in case anybody went to that, PayPal is fixed. So you can give monthly contributions, become one of our partners, or you can give one time to Cash App. I appreciate you as well. And it gives other ways to give. We have different services we have affiliates with. So StreamYard, as well as a course app that you can sign up for different courses through different universities. So check that out. Go to that link. As well as we have a holiday giveaway coming up tomorrow. I'll have the sign up so you can properly sign up. We're endeavoring to feed 5 families for a holiday dinner. 5 families for holiday dinner. Just sign them up, and we are closing that on the 31st of October. So November 1st will be the drawing, and those families will be notified. All right, so just keep those in mind. Keep that in mind. If you just need to give that family now, you can go to brotherslegacy@gmail.com. But tomorrow we'll actually have to sign up. I'll actually send out the link through the LWN 84576, or text LWN to 84576. Be a part of our list, or our talk, of all the people that are connected to the Brothers of Legacy, and you'll get that link once it's created. All right.
You're part of our network. That's what you were trying to say.
That's the word. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you.
But
so
also,
much.
don't forget your financial literacy. Please say that.
Yes, the financial literacy as well. Make sure you sign up for that. It's for children that are in the school, pre-college. I mean, if they're in college, it's still something they can learn. It's more focused on children because it's a lot of animation and things of that nature, but you can still learn something from it. So make sure you sign up for our financial literacy course. Go to brotherslegacy.com, click the financial literacy link. And if you're part of our text community as well, I'm gonna be sending out that link as well. I'm trying not to overwhelm you with a whole bunch of text, because then it's like, you know what, this is too much. So I try to space it out, because I know I send everybody apart always get something every day from us, because of the broadcast. So I'm trying not to overdo it. But again, I appreciate you guys for being here, rocking with us. We have so much going on. Your support being here means a lot. Sharing means a lot as well. And your financial support is appreciated. All right. With that being said, what's up?
It.
Those with mental health challenges.
There we go.
And mental health crisis.
Yes.
988.
Indeed. 988. Appreciate you guys. Drive safe. Hey, I might have missed the window, but I'm gonna say it. Make sure you register to vote.
Early voting starts on October the 17th, I believe.
Yes.
If you haven't registered to vote, I'm gonna react on you.
Yeah, hey. And those
I'm
that
gonna
vote,
respond. I'm gonna react.
Those that vote, please post your votes on any social media platform that you own.
Right.
I heard one representative say, what did she say? She said about Herschel Walker. She said, I don't care if he paid for the abortion of bald eagles, which is an endangered species.
Right.
I just want control of the house.
Right.
Wow.
Gotcha.
So the message is, by any means necessary, we want control of the house. Now, this doesn't matter whether you are Democrat or Republican.
Right.
But when you hear politicians say, I don't care what he said,
they don't care.
I just want control.
Yep. That's it.
That's a message.
Yeah.
Hey, it's like my mama told me back in the day, if you lie, you'll steal.
Uh-oh.
You steal,
you kill.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
And Herschel Walker has tiptoed on all three of them.
Right.
Well, but the thing is, people can change.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm a believer in change. I'm a believer in repentance. I believe people change.
100%. Yes, indeed.
It's just I need evidence.
Right. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, man.
Anyway,
Appreciate
I
you.
got to go, man.
Thank you, man.
We get out of here. We love you. Jesus loves you
Everybody,
more.
all hearts and minds are clear.
Be safe.
Peace out.
Peace
Everybody
out.
have a great day.
There you go.